Hello and a very warm welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV on joint session. A joint session of the Indian Parliament is a significant event in India's parliamentary system where both houses of Parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, meet together for a common purpose. Here's everything you need to know about the joint session of Indian Parliament, its constitutional basis, its historical evolution, the procedures followed and its political and legislative significance. Come along. India has a bicameral parliament. To pass any bill, both the houses, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, must concur. The bill has to be passed by both houses before the President can give his or her assent. The founding fathers foresaw situations where there could be a deadlock between both houses of Parliament. Therefore, they provided for a constitutional mechanism to break this deadlock in the form of joint sittings. While both houses function independently in their legislative duties, there are occasions when both houses must meet together for a joint session. The joint session serves as a platform for resolving deadlocks between the two houses on specific issues. Although joint sessions are relatively infrequent, they hold immense constitutional, legislative, and political importance. There are two main types of joint sittings in the Indian parliamentary system. First is the presidential address under Article 87 and second is the resolution of legislative deadlocks under Article 108. Article 87 of the Indian Constitution outlines when the President addresses both houses of Parliament. The President addresses the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha at the beginning of the first session after each general election. The President also addresses both houses at the beginning of the first session of each year. The Constitution First Amendment Act of 1951 modified Article 87 as follows. In Clause 1, the phrase "every session" was replaced with "the first session after each general election to the House of the People and at the commencement of the first session of each year." The joint sitting is called by the President. The Speaker presides over a joint sitting. In the absence of the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker of the Lok Sabha presides over it, and in his absence, the sitting is presided over by the Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha. If any of the above-mentioned people are not available, any Member of Parliament can preside over the sitting by consensus of both houses. The quorum to constitute a joint sitting, that is, 1/10 of the total number of members of the House. Article 108 of the Indian Constitution provides for a joint sitting of both houses of Parliament. Accordingly, a joint session can be summoned when a bill is passed by one house and transmitted to the other house, and the other house rejects this bill, or the houses do not agree on the amendments made to the bill, or more than 6 months elapse with the bill being received by the other house without it being passed. Then the President can summon a joint sitting unless the bill had elapsed because of the Lok Sabha's dissolution. There are two exceptions when a joint sitting cannot be summoned. 1. The Constitution Amendment Bill. According to Article 368, the Constitution can be amended only by a two-third majority in both houses. There is no provision for a joint sitting in case of a disagreement between both houses. Money Bill, Article 110. As per the Constitution, money bills require the Lok Sabha's approval only. Even if the Rajya Sabha does not pass the money bill within 14 days, the bill is considered passed by both houses after 14 days are over. The Rajya Sabha can make recommendations to the bill which the Lok Sabha is not required to accept. Thus, in the case of a money bill, the necessity of a joint sitting does not arise. Let's take a look at the historical evolution of joint sessions. The first ever joint session of the Indian Parliament was held in 1961 to resolve a deadlock over the dowry prohibition bill. The bill had been passed by the Lok Sabha but was delayed in the Rajya Sabha due to objections. The President, after consultations with the leaders of both houses, called a joint session where the bill was passed and subsequently enacted into law. This marked a significant step in the use of joint sessions as a mechanism to resolve legislative deadlocks. The Bank Nationalisation Bill 1970. This bill was passed by the Lok Sabha but faced resistance in the Rajya Sabha. The government decided to call a joint session where the bill was approved and the banking sector underwent significant reform. The Anti-Defection Bill, 1985. The Anti-Defection Bill was passed by the Lok Sabha but was delayed in the Rajya Sabha. A joint session was convened and the bill was passed to curb political defections and ensure stability in Indian democracy. The Prevention of Terrorism Act, or POTA, 2002. The bill faced stiff opposition in the Rajya Sabha due to concerns over civil liberties and human rights. The government called for a joint session and the legislation was passed, though it was later repealed in 2004. These instances reflect how joint sessions play an important role in resolving deadlocks over contentious and significant legislations. The use of joint sessions, though infrequent, highlights the democratic processes in action, providing a constitutional mechanism to ensure legislative work does not face prolonged stagnation. Let's also take a look at political and legislative significance of joint sessions. Resolution of legislative deadlocks. The most significant role of a joint session is to resolve legislative deadlocks. When two houses of parliament cannot agree on the passage of a bill, a joint session acts as the final stage for resolution. This ensures that important legislation does not become stalled indefinitely. Strengthening parliamentary sovereignty. By providing a mechanism for resolving deadlocks, joint sessions reflect the sovereignty of Parliament. Ensuring legislative efficiency. Joint sessions contribute to the overall efficiency of the parliamentary system. In instances where prolonged debates or disagreements could delay crucial legislation, joint sessions expedite the passage of the bill, ensuring that important legislative matters are addressed in a timely manner. In her first address in the new Parliament building, President Draupadi Murmu kicked off the budget session of Parliament with her address to the joint sitting, highlighting key achievements and future goals of the government. President Draupadi Murmu addressed the joint sitting of the Houses on 31st of January 2024 for the first time in the new Parliament building since its inauguration on 28th May 2023. In her speech, the President expressed her faith that the new Parliament House will continue to give strength to India's aspirational journey and create new and healthy traditions.
माननीय सदस्यगण, सभी का नमस्कार। इस नए सदन भवन में ये मेरा पहला संबोधन है। आज की अमृतकाल की शुरुआत में ये भव्य भवन बना है। यहाँ एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत की महक भी है। भारत की सभ्यता और संस्कृति की चेतना भी है। इसमें हमारी लोकतांत्रिक और संसदीय परंपराओं के सम्मान का प्रण भी है। साथ ही 21वीं सदी के नए भारत के लिए नई परंपराओं के निर्माण का संकल्प भी है। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि इस नए भवन में नीतियों पर सार्थक संवाद होगा। ऐसी नीतियाँ जो आज़ादी के अमृतकाल में विकसित भारत का निर्माण करेगी। मैं आप सभी को अपनी शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ।
Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV.
To watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.